content over everything.
How do you know?
Look, you are not answering a simple question, which is, do you believe that the black people are superior?
so
I believe. Let me tell you the reason why I'm concerned about this. Again, now this is going to turn into a very long video. Otherwise, yeah, yeah.
He wants to keep it like how he's got it. Like
Yeah. I've got the upper hand. You can leave it like that. In case he puts me down.
After you left Adnan, they clarified their position.
And what did they say? Why couldn't he clarify in front of me on the camera?
It was, but you wasn't understanding. You ran away.
So you're not answering the question.
What you mean?
I'm answering the question.
So again, yeah. I chose
started again.
Okay, I chose not to answer your question in the way that you want to answer. Listen to what I'm saying. Just listen for a hot second, yeah?
Why is it a false question?
Listen.
Why is it a false question?
A black person might be superior to a non-black person, right? But when you break down activities or things they've done, for example, the example I gave for you left, if you're going to get a guy from Sudan and a guy from Europe, and you put them in the sun, the Sunnis person is going to have a higher resistance to the sun. That is one way of actually being more adaptive and could be defined as a superior in that context. So if you ask him an intelligent question, the intelligent might go, yeah, in that context, yeah. Does that make sense?
That's not necessarily a superiority. It's not superiority. Maybe you need to understand
the
word.
context.
No. When I say superior,
Right.
it means you are better than other human races in some...
Indeed.
Okay.
Oh, let's get context. Indeed, because if we talk about physicality, if I'm playing basketball, a taller person is superior to me over dunking. Can you understand? So that's a physicality that I cannot compete when it comes to height with someone else.
Are you filming?
Yeah. You get
Okay,
it?
no problem.
But if it's deeds, that's different.
Okay.
That's deeds.
Let me
is
explain
different, right?
something. My brothers,
Go ahead.
I believe that black people suffered due to the same reasoning used by the white people in the 19th century. They used similar reasoning. They used Darwinism to put down the black people. When Darwin's book came out in 1859, The Origin of Species, Britain was an imperial power around the world. They had overpowered a lot of people, a lot of races, right? Some British administrators were openly, outrightly racist. They actually believed that the black people are inferior, okay? And they gave their reasons scientifically. Scientifically, they wrote books on this. I have books in my possession, and this is why I'm not against black people feeling proud of their history. I'm not against black people feeling proud of themselves or their achievements. It is this thinking that leads to destruction and disasters. Why? This thinking that we are superior in some shape or form.
But you must define.
I'm coming to it. So you have to understand my mindset, my psyche. Okay. When I'm talking to black brothers like Kalam like this, yeah, people out there think that I've got something against black people. No, hell no. Why? Because I have studied, again, I don't want to keep boasting about it. Yeah, I've studied black suffering in depth, okay? And I know why they suffered. They suffered because of this thinking. To an extent that there was a man called Wilson Armistead. He wrote a book. He was an abolitionist, and he lived in Leeds, right? In 1848, this book was published by him, A Tribute for the Negro. The book, excuse my language, because that's how the book is titled. It was 19th century, to use the N-word was normal for them, for the people. A Tribute for the Negro. And when you read the book, he has biographies of people like Frederick Douglass, Cinque, who led the revolt, or Amistad, and all of those people, yeah? And he is giving reasons as to why black people are as human, as intelligent, as able as the white people. People had to write books to prove that point. Okay, today people are writing books to prove that black people, in some shape or form, are better than other humans or superior than other humans.
Now, in these books, have they defined what makes them superior?
Just like the white people define what makes them superior scientifically.
You're making the claim, so you have to they say black people are superior in these areas. It's wrong. It's right. Have you defined that?
They're giving the reasons.
Do you know any? Because obviously you want to find out.
One of them is this melanin, element. Again, you see, let me explain why this is a problem.
Tell me the problem.
Okay. The problem is similar reasoning was used by racist white imperialists to subdue the black people, that we are superior because the size. Wait. Let me please. You people out there have the right to know this information. I have a book titled Anthropology.
Yes.
Okay, it has diagrams of black skulls
Yes,
and white skulls.
and different
So
traits of the brain.
and you know, someone in the 19th century reading the book, looking at that information, would actually come out of the book believing that, hold on a second, hold on, I am actually better.
So you're
Okay,
saying
wait,
if
wait.
black people go in a
Yeah.
position of power, they'll do the same to...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying people who are writing similar books today, giving scientific reasons as to why they are better or superior,
Well, here's what it is.
that we are...
Those people believe that black people were...
Where did this smoke come from?
Those people believe that black people were...
I know it wasn't that. I know it wasn't that.
You wanted to overreact it like,
Those people believe that black people had smaller brains,
Well, I
right?
wasn't
Are you
overreacting.
listening?
I have some
Okay,
problem
we're
with
going
smoke.
somewhere else.
Sorry.
Those people believe black people have smaller brains. This is something you can test, right? So you have to have something we can test. So if you think that black people are superior in some way, you go, well, here's the context of what you think you're better at, then we can test it. That's where...
The white people, have you seen, okay,
But
again,
remember,
to
this
give
is about you making claim that the brother here is
White
practicing
people were
racism.
giving same reasons,
Right.
the size of the skull, okay, and cranial capacity. Look at that.
Yes.
It is different between
How does
blacks
that
and whites.
correlate with this
Wait,
brother here?
wait. Let me. Yeah. Someone giving reasons is not good enough. Okay. Those reasons can be flawed. They can be
Thank
broken.
you.
They can be
Thank you.
dismantled.
So
Wait.
what was the
wait.
claims made so we can make the test?
He is not answering my question.
what was
Forget
the
about the
claims?
claims. I'm asking a simple question. He doesn't
says
answer my
he
question.
doesn't judge people
and
by
I
the colour of
believe
their skin,
I,
but the content of the
and,
character.
and from what I have heard on his channel.
Right, it's against that you're saying.
No. He's
It's the opposite of what he just said.
Look, he's Kemet, right?
Okay.
In conviction,
Which
not
you've called
not
a cult.
in not in color,
But
not
you've
in
called,
color.
you've called her
Yeah.
a cult, haven't you?
Yes.
You've called Sarah and Kemet a cult.
Yes.
He hasn't said anything about Islam as far as
No, he hasn't.
in this conversation, and he hasn't said anything about your name and making it rhyme with something else.
Yeah,
right?
no problem.
So far, who's most on the fire here? From outside looking in.
When it comes to rhetoric and using possibly unpleasant language, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
I stand by it. I'll tell you. I called him a snake. I called him a snake. I gave my reasons as to why. I called Sarah whatever. Okay, I have my reasons because I have had private discussions with him,
That upsets
one to one, and he is absolutely. I mean, you know what? Speak to anyone in the park. Don't. He got some guys, some gangster-looking guys coming to the park. Yeah, trying to beat some people up. Yeah, no. This is how he was talking. Where's my ting? Where's my ting? You remember that? It's on video. Yeah. No, Sarah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Where's my ting? He's done things like that. That's why people are upset.
But
with
it's
him.
like this.
So there is a background. There's a context.
Is this person Sarah?
Why am I not behaving like you? Behaving like that with you? Because you're this is the first time I've come across you. Yeah. You're. And that's not over.
I'm
overreact-
mainly here to meet you. I'm
Overreacting.
saying
Okay. Again.
This is not Sarah, as you said, right?
No, this is.
It's not Gary, it's Sarah. It's
No, this is someone
Right.
who gives them a platform to speak. Okay, this is not Sarah, no doubt, but this is someone who gives them a platform to speak. It's like if I give a platform
you see content
to.
over everything. He gives everyone a platform.
No, he doesn't. No. His wait. His purpose, this channel's purpose. I spoke to him earlier. I asked him that your channel is becoming a hub of Islamophobes. When you read the comment, brother, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Yeah. And I spoke to him, brother. Why is that? He goes, look, my channel is called Content Over Everything. Okay, and I film everything. And this is what I do, and which is fine. He has clearly defined his purpose, and I spoke to him about the titles of the videos, and he gave me a satisfactory response that he doesn't satisfying me, yeah, that he doesn't title his videos in a bite. But with Kalam, his channel, you see videos titled in a very disgusting way. You know, sometimes they're sarcastic, sometimes they're divisive, right? There are
So he's
problems
coming
with those.
from he's leaning more towards say Kemet spirituality or something.
No,
Is that
he's like, for example, the last video we were talking about, he titled it that Shia Blade Runner versus Wahhabi hate preacher. Okay? Now, the term Wahhabi is a derogatory term. It's like nigger. Wahhabi is similar.
No, it's not.
It
No,
is.
it's not.
Okay.
Don't you dare!
Okay. Wait.
Step down, sir. You said
Once they finish with the protest, we can talk about
you
it.
said you studied.
Is Wahhabi a derogatory term, or people use it as a term of pride? Okay, wait. Is Wahhabi a derogatory term?
Is Rafida a derogatory term?
Yes, it is. I never used it. I never used it in my discussions.
And do
It is. I'm answering your question. It is.
Do Shias agree with being called Rafida?
No. They don't. Generally, they don't.
They do.
These idiots who
They
come.
do.
No, no.
They do.
Some of
I
them.
asked Shia
No, no.
brothers,
Wait. Some
is
of.
it derogatory term? They said
Listen,
it started
okay,
off that way,
wait,
but
wait.
they accepted it because
No,
it means rejecters,
no,
and we do reject certain things.
we don't.
I'm here to
wait.
stay. I'm here
So
to
you
stay-
guys
there-
are
there was
Wahhabis
a
because
plot.
you do follow
This was a
the
plot.
scholar of
No,
That
Wahhabism.
was
That's-
you wanted to find out if he was practicing racism, and you asked him a question, and you wasn't satisfied with his answer.
No, I'm
we've
not.
gone around and we've talked about skull shops, niggers, and Wahhabis, but we haven't. We can come to the niggers and the Wahhabis later. But you want to find out, is Kalam practicing racism, right?
I believe Kalam is a racist, and he promotes racism on his channel, albeit in a subtle way. It's not outright racism. Like I believe black people, although Sarah says that openly, he has said he has made statements. Wait. Of course he's not Sarah. I can see he's more good looking. I can see that, right? Wait. I can see that Kalam is a lot better looking in my opinion.
So what's the
okay?
racism next?
Okay, wait.
I'm free from that.
Wait,
I'm free from that.
wait. Let me finish. Yeah. Zara, in my opinion, is a racist, right? And he is a known racist. He's not a hidden racist. He's an open racist. Wait. And Kalam has happily, with pleasure, he has given him platform on his channel, and he has agreed with racist statements he has made. Don't believe me.
Like what?
Kemet Philosophy, the video. Kemet Philosophy. I'm giving you example. Kemet Philosophy in the video. Sarah, they were talking about conviction, not color. You have to understand. When they were having this discussion, they were talking about Kemet philosophy as in a conviction, right?
Okay.
And Sarah said that only black people can be Kemets, right? Not in color. Of course, it's like saying only black people can be black. What a stupid statement that would be, right? He's saying in conviction, in philosophy, only black people can be Kemets. And Kalam agreed in saying, what did you say? I like that. I love that. Something like that. Go and watch the video, Kemetic Philosophy, for the first 10 minutes and see what happens. See, go and check. Am I making things up or am I just...
because he said... So hold on.
Again, to come back to your point, we're going around circles.
No. Stay here with this.
Because Sarah said only black people can be what? Kemetic in philosophy.
In conviction.
In conviction, that's racist.
Yes.
Why is that racist?
It's like me saying only Arabs can be Muslims. Yes, it is racist. It is racist. No. Don't feed the shit out. No, brother. Okay, we're gonna stop filming now.
Shut up.
No, there's no need for that.
You're filming me, I'm not filming you.
I'm not part of this.
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second.
Come and go over there.
Hold on for a second.
Come and go over there.
Wait for me.
No, brother, no, you're not. No, it's not that you're scared, and no one needs to know whether you're scared or not. Leave the brother alone. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No. Brother. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's okay. It's only a discussion. Turn that off. We don't want this. Turn it. We don't want this to come out.
This is on request that Adnan
This is the
received.
part. Huh?
Adnan says to show you right now. Blame Adnan. Blame Uncle Adnan.
Well, some people are simply not able to understand. No, get up. Look.
Hey, come. Hey, Adnan, come go over here.
I don't know if it's me, but
I know it's a Shia umbrella.
I think it's a Shia umbrella.
Hey Adnan, is that Shia umbrella?
Yeah, I'm a Shia.
That's definitely Shia. That's it.
I know, man. People saying that you ain't Shia.
Omar, you know there's something wrong with Omar. Omar, I'm telling you, there's something wrong with his head. My man said Sheikh Saleh before he's done it.
Hey, if you go over there, I'm coming over, you know. Yeah. Fuck you over everything.
Light, yeah?
Although people would love to see the aftermath.
Stop causing people to fight.
Okay, yeah. Come on.
yeah.
Hey, yo, Raven, yeah, get Raven. He's trying to mediate. Well gone, brother. Good, yeah? Yes, man. Yes, man. Nice,
Nice to meet you, bro.
Okay, so we'll continue with that.
Let's get back into it.
We're on the fence.
Yeah.
I know Adnan got bad back.
Because you see, my interest. Oh, whoa, you're getting too close, bro. Go back. Yeah.
No harm.
Sorry, come on.
All right, come.
Yeah. So
get rid of
my
it.
interest in. Sorry. I prayed. Yeah. My interest in this discussion is purely educational. I have no agenda in tarnishing him, although I don't like his approach to our religion or the way he comes out, and he definitely does look like an Islamophobe. He looks like, in my opinion, and a lot of other people I speak to, and these are reasonable people. These are not people who are a bunch of haters.
Well, I have to
I've
stop
been
you
very
there.
nice to him.
Can I stop
I've
you
had
there?
private discussions with him.
Can I stop you
When
there?
I
Before
see
we get
his-
back to the racism, I want to get back to the racism, okay?
Yeah.
Because
So,
you keep diverting.
I just wanted to clarify that my interest in this is educational, purely educational.
Right, cool. So
And
based
I'm
upon-
not interested in.
I want to know, based upon that, that what you just explained,
Yeah.
where is the racism?
Kalam, I explained again and again a number of times that there is racism in your rhetoric, in the rhetoric of the people you've had on your channels, okay, and you refuse to give straight answers to straight questions. And when you did clarify, when you clarified later on, I still have a problem with this because this was the same mentality that subdued the black people for over 5 centuries. Okay, to this day, I believe the black people, you know, the emancipation that's talked about in the 19th century, it hasn't happened.
Okay.
The black because
Can I talk?
let me
Can I
give you an
talk?
example.
Because I know you're going to give us a history lesson, but you've been having the most amount of time to
I'm
talk.
going to finish. I'm
So
going to
let me-
finish
let
in
me
one.
just talk.
I'm going to finish in 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll give you the opportunity to talk.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my concern with this belief or this system or this way of justifying some sort of superiority, whether it's physical, medical, or biological, whatever it may be, right? I have a problem with this is because I get flashbacks of black people suffering due to similar thinking on the part of the white people who were writing books, scientific journals.
So what's the reverse?
The reverse is
'Cause right now we understand that
the
black people
reverse
have
is
been suffering. What's the
acknowledge.
reverse?
The reverse is acknowledge all humanities as equal. Okay, in spirit, in physiology. Okay, of course people differ. There are big black people in Africa. There are small black people in Africa. There are big black Asians in
Here's
Asia.
what it is. Until you can define the context to which he believes his people group is superior to others, you're always going to go in circles.
Yes,
That's why you
I
want to
agree.
actually want to have a context like, as a black man, do you believe that black people are faster or eat more or whatever? But once again, this is not really an intellectual conversation. It's just getting silly. And I'm saying, I suspect that you have a disagreement with something he said, and that's really there. Now, what I'm saying, if that's the case, the word racism is a very, very powerful word. As you
It
know,
is,
you studied
indeed.
it. So I'm saying, before you say it, you want to really
I
think back
believe.
before you push it out.
I believe the man who wrote the book Anthropology, drawing the skulls of black people and white people and doing a comparison, was an outright racist. He may disagree. If he was to come back today and talk to me that no, I didn't mean that. I was only giving scientific reasons as to why white people are different to black people. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what your reasons are. So long as you think like this, you are a racist to me. I don't care what you do. You can write a scientific journal and, like, you know, we have Richard Dawkins. Yeah, he talks. He's an Islamophobe. I don't care how he justifies it. He's an Islamophobe. People like this cause.
And you think
Cause
like this?
they are divisive.
You think he's
They
divisive?
I believe he's divisive.
But
The fact that when you believe this,
But these are big claims that you have to back up with. So it doesn't be clear.
I
The
have
evidence
already-
was that Sarah said that. Sarah said that Kemet is a spiritual collective idea that was made for black people, right? And he said, I love that, and you believe that this is practicing racism. Is that,
no,
is that
Sarah
correct?
said only black people can be that.
Can be that.
They only they are the ones who can be that, and Kalam agrees with that. Okay, so that's the problem.
So
that's the
if
problem.
people are not
if I say,
practicing that, so just say there's an idea that's for a certain nation, or a certain sex, or a certain whatever people group, right? And if I say that this is made for them, you're saying that is racism.
Absolutely, I'm saying it might be a great idea.
But have you studied why that might be? Because I don't know. Maybe you know. Have you studied why that might be?
I believe I've studied enough to know that it's racist.
No.
Anyone who believes that, for example, a particular belief system is only for a particular race or a particular neighborhood or a particular town, that's you're excluding yourself from the rest of humanity, and you're making yourself already superior or different, or it's like
You do understand there's a difference between superior and difference, right?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
So could it not be that they're practicing
we're
a
not
difference rather than superior?
no,
Yeah, first second.
no. Difference is not the issue
And
here.
the reason why before you go, the reason why I say this is because if we start shouting the word racism and we start running up and down, we don't actually get to spread out this conversation, which is Speaker's Corner,
Yes.
where we can actually pick down what does it mean to have a group that is dedicated to a particular type of people.
Right.
I don't know if Kemet is that, but you said it is.
Yes.
Well, it is.
Well, this is what my
let's
understanding
open the conversation, have it. But if we start saying Islamophobe, racist, then we don't actually have that conversation.
No, that's a different question. Islamophobia is a different question altogether.
But
Racism is one thing. Islamophobia is another. Right?
If he's practicing racism, how are you mistreated by this? If he's practicing racism, how are you mistreated?
I know. I have a problem with that.
No,
because-
but how are you not being, like, what are you,
Because
what,
then
how do you take away
people,
from you?
then what happens is, I believe racism is one of the biggest diseases in human history that has killed more people.
You do understand that, that black people are the historical, we have been most mistreated from this concept of racism. Some would even argue that the whole wording as it stands today.
not necessarily.
If you're talking about, you're using the word black, right? So we understand, we identify the black and white dynamic, right? So in that dynamic,
African.
yeah, okay, but in that dynamic that you're talking about, you understand that the black dynamic has been most mistreated in that dynamic, right? Because you said you have books, so there is no black books right in the opposite, and there's no system supporting that concept, right?
No, there are books. There are books, even from black people. There are books. There are.
Can you tell
memoirs.
me a system where black people are mistreated in a systematic way, non-black people? Can you tell me?
South Africa. It's happening.
Who's been mistreated?
South African Zulus are actually systematically, call it xenophobia or call it racism, they are systematically killing non-blacks. They, of course, they have a historical context.
Right.
They believe they've been suppressed or oppressed by the white people and other outsiders who have come in, and because of this feeling, they are killing others. And a lot of it has to do with racism. Go and check it out. Don't believe me.
Well, no, I understand
It's
Zimbabwe
happening.
and South Africa.
South Africa.
And trying to get land
South
back.
Africa,
Which is
yes.
a different argument. What I'm
Yes.
saying is, the
Yeah.
point was...
No, it's not about land.
well,
It's about people
it
coming
is-
and owning businesses in South Africa.
It is about land. It is
No.
about, the whole South African and Zimbabwe thing is about land. And if you Google it, you'll find that. But that's what it is.
I'll give you another example. Hutus and Tutsis in Rwanda.
Okay.
That was a genocide based upon race.
Yeah, well,
it was
yeah.
Hutus and Tutsis. They believed Hutus more so than Tutsis. They believed in the superiority, some
Yeah,
kind of
so-
superiority.
so-
they killed the Tutsis.
Now, yeah, that was wrong, and we can't justify it, right?
Yeah, but there are examples.
Yes, but when you look at that, they were following a script. They were saying that we are closer to the European and they are further away. Go look it up.
Who was?
So the Tutsis,
Yeah.
they were talking about Caucasoid and being close to Europeans, while the Hutu were more indigenous. That's what that was. And this concept goes on, but
And you're making my point for me.
Yeah,
That
well,
they did use the race card
Yes,
against each
but
other, and they killed each
within
other.
the context of this conversation, that
Yeah.
would be black on black, which is
Yeah.
interesting. But we
Yeah.
feel,
Yeah.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
he is identified as black. Therefore, I mean, he is the victim historically of that concept, right? So you're saying he's not going to perpetuate that on a non-black, and I'm saying
Why is that not possible? It's happening today. I mean, I give you an example. In South Africa, people are doing the same thing. What they fought against, they themselves have now become guilty of the same crime. So it can happen, depending on circumstances and how people are taught.
if any black person goes around killing anyone,
Yeah.
there's a system that will put them in jail for it, right?
Yes.
So
And that goes for anyone.
Well, there
That
you
goes
go.
for anyone in the world.
So
anyone.
You're talking
anyone.
about crime. You're talking about crimes, and people can go to jail.
No,
for
I'm
crimes,
talking about
right?
systematic killing of another race.
Okay. Well, the systematic killings of a race, if you don't get actually put up in jail for it, then that means the system is not supporting your cause, right? So, for example, there's some black people might argue that they're killed and the killers are still free, right? Because the killer is within the system.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's a different dynamic. But what the reason I say is you've accused a black person of being a racist, and that's an interesting conversation.
No, not just because he's black or he's just standing in
No,
front
but
of me.
what
No,
I'm saying
no,
that- I'm
no,
saying that, but-
because
because there is a different dynamic.
I've said this to white people. There is a white person here in the
Yes,
park.
but he's black.
Who,
I
I've
gave you
said-
the whole spiel
I've
about
said
the
this
black
to-
dynamics, right?
Yeah,
As
yeah.
in, black people are historically victims of racism,
Yes.
right? And I'm saying that you're accusing a person who's historically a victim of racism of practicing that. And I want to know what system is he?
I don't know.
Is he
I
grabbing
don't
hold
know
of?
whether he has personally been a victim of racism. I don't know that.
Well,
he may have been. Living in Britain, because were you born in Britain?
Yes.
Yeah. Living in Britain, I don't think he has seen even 1% of what his ancestors. Where do your ancestors come from? Africa or Caribbean?
Both.
Okay. what your ancestors in Caribbean might have experienced, he cannot imagine it.
But the
he
fact
cannot
is,
imagine
but
it.
the fact is
because-
he is the offspring of that, meaning
Yes.
that what he might have had is not going to be there because of the situation that people from the Caribbean went through.
Yes.
Matter of fact, some might say the fact that they're in another land in itself is a crime.
But
You see?
don't you think
Just like if I took you, let's say you love English, let's say you identify as English, and I take you and I put you in
But
Peru.
I can't be English.
Yeah, well, okay, or Pakistani, and I took
Yeah.
you and put you in Peru. Some might say just that might be a crime.
Right.
That's just that, regardless of if they shook your hand and did it.
Yeah.
The fact that you do want to
Look,
So what I'm saying is the dynamic is the same. So when you accuse black people of that, be very careful. Because
No, I'm not accusing black people of that.
I believe his brother is
I'm
black.
accusing an individual of
Right.
that. I don't see a black man in him.
You don't see
I don't.
black-
When I call him racist, I'm not calling a black man a
So
racist.
why you asking
I'm
him-
calling an individual
You're-
who holds certain views a racist. So I'm not calling him a racist because he's black.
I know this
You
is
have to
good.
understand that.
But
You have to
I'm
understand that.
saying,
Yes.
it's
I'm not calling you a racist.
Hold on, it's like
Yeah.
this. It's like if a man is talking to a woman about sexism, it isn't the same level, is it? Right?
No.
Yeah. Because
No.
one of them goes through it daily more
Yeah.
than the other one.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, be very careful when you throw that word around.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I understand.
That's all it is,
I
right?
understand.
And if you say it,
I don't
you,
say it-
You,
I
you
don't
should
say
have
it to
the
many
evidence to
people.
back up. Look, you know
Yeah.
what? You do this, you attack these people, you control their economics, and then you move them from another place. If he's doing that, shame on you. But he ain't doing it. So I'm like, until he does it.
In
we're just
your
talking.
opinion, he may not be doing it, but he runs
Well,
a
maybe.
channel with a particular
Dialect.
a philosophy,
Right.
with a particular philosophy.
What is that philosophy?
That
Hold
I
on,
believe.
hold on. What is that
I-
philosophy?
Well,
Bro,
Yeah.
focus.
Sorry.
He says that you're on a channel for a particular philosophy, and this is what might be contributing to racism. So what is that philosophy?
why
that
don't you
say?
watch his video?
No, I'm asking you the question. So if I said that you're a rapist, you go, who have I raped? I go, whoa, there's Janet, there's Sophie. So you know what I'm saying? You've made a
Right.
claim. I want to
Right.
back it up. What is the philosophy that this brother is practicing that might actually
I
contribute
have
to racism?
okay. I have no idea as to the details
Okay,
of
that's fine.
of
Well, I'm
of,
suggesting-
Kemet. Wait. Okay, how they practice, how they worship.
Well, you should study
where
this.
is the origin? Some people have come to me with information that there was a guy in America who started the movement. His name is something. I forgot his name. He was imprisoned. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
no,
if you-
no, there was no-
Okay,
Whatever it
okay.
is, it's false.
And he was guilty of a lot of.
I know you're talking.
heinous-
whatever
heinous
you're
crimes.
talking about, we'll continue.
But that's
You-
that's-
you-
that's-
the name,
you're
the
talking
name. I
about
need the
York.
name.
You're talking about Dr.
York.
Yeah, but that's
That's
not
the
Kemet.
one. That's the man.
That's a different
Okay.
kind of thing.
I have been told that he was the founder of Kemetic philosophy, as we know it today.
Now,
Okay?
here's
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
admired by you because
Right.
the reason is here's someone who studies black history. You study black people being oppressed. You have countless books of black people being mistreated, right?
Yes.
But now you're trying to accuse one person of being a racist, and you're saying this Kemet philosophy might be there, but you have no books to back this up. And this for me is fascinating.
I've heard him. I've heard him.
You see what I'm saying?
No, but there's no checkmate here. There's no checkmate here. Let me explain why. I've heard him talk. No. What do you mean checkmate? I've heard him talk.
Still waiting for it. We're still waiting for the evidence. That's what we're doing. Wait for the evidence.
I've heard him talk. I've heard his words, and I know they're racist. So where's the checkmate?
Well,
I don't need to. For example, if I come out as a Muslim,
Yes.
and you don't need to read the Quran to know that I'm a Muslim, right? I say I'm a Muslim, and I believe that Pakistanis are superior, or some, and I start giving reasons, and only Pakistanis can be true Muslims, right? That would be racist. Okay, you don't need to go and read my Quran or my Hadith to know that, right? You will listen to me, and you will make a judgment, right? I have listened to Kalam, right, and Sarah and others who have been on his channel, and my conclusion is that these guys are black supremacists. Yeah,
What is a
in
black-
closet,
I wanna
in
ask a question.
closet, wait, in closet, and they are falling into the same trap the white people fell in the 19th century, who were writing books to justify their superiority, right? Checkmate.
Adnan, can we ask? I don't see the checkmate button again.
yeah.
So Adnan, could you just point out one place that
Yeah.
I've said that black people are superior and other races are inferior? Just one.
Sorry?
Could you please, provide a statement from my mouth,
Right.
where I've said that black people are superior and every other race is inferior to black people?
Okay. I have interviewed you in the past. I've asked you straight question as to whether you believe this to be true or not, like I did today, and you're not giving me a straight answer. You did explain what you mean by that, but it doesn't satisfy me because I still believe that you have a belief somewhere in your mind that leads you to believe again that you are somehow, in some shape or form, superior to white people.
So we've just established that you've never heard me say that black people are
whether
superior.
it's physically, intellectually,
Wait.
spiritually, I don't know.
You
But
have
there is
never heard
something
me.
there.
You have never heard me say. You've
Sorry?
never heard me say that black people are superior and every other race is inferior. This is something that you're making up inside of your own
I've
mind.
never heard those
and you're
words.
trying to project
I
onto
have
me.
never heard
That is
those
what you're
words.
doing.
I'm testifying to your.
I'm gonna go now.
your
What
statement.
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say directly make that statement. I speak to him already, and I don't think he will that view. But I would say if Sarah made that statement, that's a racist statement. And I would say if it, and understand me like accomplice, facilitating for Sarah.
Right.
So in that way, it maybe fall as accomplice.
Yes.
Because sometimes I think Kalam, I'll be straight with.
Yeah.
Kalam would sometimes we say one, we may reason already, and like you say one thing, and then if me not dead and then other people are here reason with, me here say the contradicting thing. Like sometimes it kind of change sometimes with you. Sometimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I would say I never hear speak like that directly, and I watch on YouTube and I watch you.
Yeah.
Never hear speak so directly. But when you say Sarah said only black people can be Kemet.
Confirm that from him.
The name
Did he
Kemet.
say that?
No,
Yeah.
he said yes. He
Yeah.
just said it.
Yeah.
But the name Kemet is Kemet mean Africa, and they teach me this. I'm only going for what
But
they teach me.
there are non-black in Africa.
So, but what if a white man born in the region then?
Right.
You have lighter skin from Haitian been born in the region.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm saying?
We don't know that.
I'm saying, if you born in the region,
In North Africa, we have lighter skin color.
yes, what I'm saying.
Lighter skin people.
So because a region, the name come about because of a region. So if you born in the region, you should call Kemet as well.
Right. No, but
So,
they were not
and
talking about
Kalam
that.
agree
They
with
were
that.
talking about philosophy. You see, this is what you have to understand. They're not talking about belonging to a land. They're not talking about belonging to a particular color. They're talking about a philosophy. It's a philosophy that only black people can believe in.
Again, yeah.
Only black
Again,
people can belong
Adnan,
to this philosophy.
But the name in
That's what
Africa.
I understood from my ears.
Yeah,
Okay,
in Africa,
and
but
that's
go-
the information I
Adnan,
received.
Adnan, go rewatch the
and
video.
based upon that,
Go rewatch the video.
if Kalam believes that, and which he apparently in the video does, then there's a problem. That's and why am I so concerned? Again, let me clarify. I cherish black people being proud of their history, being proud of their culture, their achievements, all the good deeds and huge, amazing achievements of the black people. They have to be proud of that. Okay, not as black people, not as black people particularly, but they should be at the same time. They should be aware of their
achievements like what?
their suffering as well. They have suffered at the hands of racist establishments. Right, bro.
We built the damn pyramids.
Bro.
We
Issa,
originated
you
civilization.
want to be humiliated again? Do you want humiliation again? Now you're gonna run away. Do you want to be humiliated again?
Anyway,
Okay,
sorry.
Issa.
Well, you can continue after. So let's-
Issa, that wasn't nice. That wasn't nice.
It's
Do
only
you
because-
want another
Hold on,
humiliation?
bro.
Okay.
Hold on, bro. It's only because the claim was
Okay,
it's a
okay.
claim.
Now the point is,
Hold
yeah.
on, bro.
So likewise, if black people start to feel the same thing white people were feeling in the 19th century, and due to that feeling, they started to
Just so
subdue
you know,
and
yeah.
abuse black people
You said it
and
for the free
treat
time,
them like.
and we understand it. But I
Yeah,
would say this:
yeah.
I would say in that example you're given, it's not like for like.
Exactly.
It's not like for like.
And I would also say
It's not on the same magnitude.
And I would also
Definitely,
say,
it's
and
not
I would
on the
also-
same magnitude.
I would also say, just for you, Issa, I'll put this fire on him. Yeah. I would also say this, yeah, that it seems as though that
Let
we
me
as,
get the fire
we
brigade
as people
first.
who claim Kemet, yeah, we don't practice racism and we don't think that other people are inferior or other systems are inferior. But it seems as though you practice a form of racism. The reason being is, yeah, you say that us Kemits, yeah, whatever our philosophy is bullshit. To say it is bullshit, that is claiming that thing is inferior to whatever you claim to. You're also saying that our system is a cult. Yeah, you're utilizing very derogatory terms to talk to other people about our system. Now, if I said out my mouth, yeah, that Islam is bullshit, if I said, yeah, that Islam is a cult, what would you say? What would you say? What would you say?
Can I respond?
Well, can you see how the double standards
I
is in
will
operation?
No,
there's double
no
standards
double
in
standards.
operation.
There are no double
There's double
standards.
standards in operation.
There are-
Because never,
wait,
hold on,
wait,
never, yeah.
wait.
We say that
Wait.
Islam is bullshit. We
Can I-
never say
wait.
that your stuff is a cult. We never speak derogatory about your religion. But you, on the other hand, as a Pakistani Muslim, is speaking derogatory about our system.
Why are you so emotional?
What would you like me to do?
Okay.
What would you like me to do?
My answer.
What would you like me to
My
do?
answer. My answer. My answer now. My response. Are you interested? Are you interested in my response?
Hold on.
Are you interested in my response?
Please respond.
With regards to calling,
Kemet bullshit.
no.
calling it cults.
Anything racist is bullshit. I repeat that. Anything that leads to racism of any shape or form is bullshit. I receive. Okay, BS. That's period. Okay, if Kemetic philosophy or Kemet philosophy is racist inherently, then it's bullshit. I repeat that. If it is. Okay. And
What is it
the
though?
way
What
you
is it
have
though?
the
What
way
is it though?
no wait Kalam.
Okay.
The way you have put it out. It looks racist to me. The way you put it out. So it's probably you, not the philosophy itself. It's probably you. Okay, number one. Number two, the second question was what? Islam. If people are calling Islam worse than those things. Okay, and they have the right to do so. They have their mouth, they have their right. They can say what they want. They can say what they want. They can have an opinion. No problem with that. No problem.
But
okay, if someone wants to talk to me about Islam and see whether it is bullshit or not, then we can talk, and I'll explain why Islam is not bullshit. Islam is an amazing. It's an amazing way of life that can change people beyond.
Is Kemet inferior? And those people who practice Kemet, are they inferior?
No, I don't know.
I don't know. You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Anyone who follows falsehood, yeah, is by default following falsehood. Okay, and falsehood by nature is inferior to truth.
Okay, so then.
Do you agree?
So once again,
do you agree?
So then you,
checkmate.
How's that checkmate? Where's their Islam and Kemet?
Well, that's the language. That's the language you guys are using.
That's why I said your question was flawed.
Stop trying.
I take the checkmate back.
Stop trying.
I take the checkmate
Yeah,
back.
stop
That's
trying.
why I said
Stop trying.
that your wording was flawed when you asked him, is black people superior in any way? Because you can break down categories and contexts where, like I said, a black person might have an advantage in a certain environment that maybe a non-black person doesn't have. That doesn't mean anything.
Can that not work for the black people?
Vice versa, whatever. It doesn't
Exactly.
Matter. But so that's why your question
where's
is
the superiority? Where's the superiority?
Okay, so when
It's only you that's coming with
Yeah, so-
superiority.
yeah.
We have never said
one said
that
so.
black people are superior.
Okay.
We've never said that any other races are superior.
Okay.
Never. Hold on. Let me teach
Kalam,
you.
no problem.
Let me teach you some Kemetic
Kalam.
philosophy.
Wait,
Can I teach you some
wait,
Kemetic
wait.
philosophy? Kemetic philosophy 101. Yeah.
Wait,
There
I'm
is a
happy
statement
with
of this.
Islam. I'm happy
Ra
with Islam.
created. No. Let me talk. Let me talk. Ra created 4 goods. One of those first goods, yeah. Ra.
What do you know about Ra?
Let me continue. Yeah.
What,
Ra.
you have nothing. You have no knowledge of Ra.
And then if I said this about Allah now, yeah, it will be a different thing. Your actions are showing you how inferior you think that our system is and how inferior that I am towards you. So stop for 1 second. Stop for 1 second.
Tell me where Ra.
No. I don't care about your questions right now.
No.
I am talking, and you're interrupting it again.
I'm asking you.
Again,
What
bad
is Ra?
manners.
What is Ra?
Bad manners.
And
Bad
where are the teachings of Ra?
Bad manners. Again, so Ra created.
What is Ra? How do you know Ra created something when we don't know where Ra is and who Ra is?
Listen, again, 4 goods that Ra created. The first good is this.
Who
Stop
is Ra?
interrupting me.
Who
Stop
is Ra?
interrupting me.
The sun?
Stop interrupting
The sun.
me.
Sun, rise and sun.
Again,
One at a time. One at a time.
Rising sun. Rising sun.
Rising sun.
But anyway,
Again, have you seen
nevertheless.
this? I want the audience again to see this, yeah? That we have the manners and etiquette. Raven, me, yeah, we all have the etiquette, yeah, to allow you to talk, yeah, to monologue for like 5 minutes straight, and we're not cutting you. But the moment that we start to speak, you want to talk over us.
Right.
Secretly, yeah, you want to dominate the situation. You want to dominate right now. So secretly, your ideology is making you superior and want to make us inferior to dominate us.
No.
But us, yeah, we're holding you. Stop.
There's
We
no
hold
us.
you to a
There's
higher
no us.
esteem.
Don't play
I
that
said,
game
you know
with me.
what? I
Don't
respect
play
you,
that
Adnan.
game with me.
Anyways, let me
No,
continue.
there's no them versus
Let me
us.
continue.
There is no us. When you use this language,
There you go.
when you
There
use
you
this
go.
language, you're dividing us. You're dividing us. I won't let you do that. I won't let you do that.
Anyways, I'm going to continue. So again, as he's been occupied right now, Ra created 4 goods, yeah, according to Kemetic philosophy. So number one is this,
What
yeah.
Kalam is trying to do now, what
Have you
Kalam
seen?
is trying to
Have
do
you
now,
seen?
is
Family,
trying
I
to
want you to see
appeal.
this.
He's trying
See
to
what this is
appeal.
going on. See what's
He's
going on.
Content over everything. Content over everything. From your melanin.
Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to